Some news just coming in. VHP and Bajrang Dal workers protest in Mandya. Hindu outfits chant Hanuman Chalisa outside the Jamia Masjid. VHP says they encroach temples next are homes. Section 144 has been imposed. 500 police personnel have been deployed in Mandya. The protest by the VHP started is the story we're getting at this hour. These are pictures of members of the Bajrang Dal and the VHP protesting at the site of a masjid where the alleged temple used to be the Hanuman temple that was raised by Tipu Sultan. As a precautionary measure, Section 144 has been imposed in this area, but to little impact, as you can see in these visuals where protests are ongoing and police is trying to bring the situation under control. No permission has been given to these members of the fringe to carry out these protests.
ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಗೌರವಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಕಾಲದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂವಿಧಾನಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಏನು ನಮ್ಮ ತೊಂದರೆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಿಂದೂಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೋಸ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌರವನೇ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರುವಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ಮನೇಲಿ ಕೂರಿಸಿ ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಹಿಂದೆ ಆಳದಂಥ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಸೀದಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ, ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡವರು ನಾಳೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ?
Mandya Masjid controversy has escalated in Karnataka where VHP and Bajrang Dal workers are chanting Jai Shri Ram and protesting outside the Srirangapatna taluk in Mandya. These are pictures from the protest site. Section 144 has been imposed. They've threatened to perform a puja at the mosque. 500 police personnel have been deployed. Permission for any march or procession has not been given. This is against the law essentially. They are alleging that Tipu Sultan raised the Mudala Vaglu Hanuman Mandir, then built a mosque instead. Meanwhile, on the 2nd of June, the superintendent archaeologist has requested for a video survey of the east entrance of the mosque complex. Live visuals on your screens right now, where protests have broken out and the fringe elements are hell-bent on disturbing the law and order situation, as is evident on your screens. They were not given a permission to hold this protest, but they're doing so, violating Section 144.
You all can see Srirangapatna city is totally peaceful now, and it is going to be peaceful further in the coming days also. We have taken adequate necessary arrangements. We have made arrangements and we have taken necessary precautions also. We have deployed our men and we have spoken to the leaders and we have conveyed and communicated to them about the prohibitory orders imposed. And they are also aware of the fact that prohibitory orders have been imposed, and if any violation is done, they will be facing the legal action.
In Mandya, getting us more details, Section 144 has been imposed, but there is blatant violation of the rules and regulations there, as is evident. What is the police going to do now? Karthik, give us an idea about how the police is trying to bring the situation under control, given that there was a strict no to this protest. It's been being held without the due permissions being granted. Like pictures on your screens of members of the VHP and the Bajrang Dal creating a law and order situation in Mandya. They're holding a protest chanting slogans Jai Shri Ram and also chanting the Hanuman Chalisa right outside a mosque. Also, there are protests being held right outside the taluk. Karthik is getting us more details on that. Give us an idea about how the police is trying to bring the situation under control, Karthik.
Well, Neha, currently a large number of policemen have been deployed outside Srirangapatna. Here you see a lot of police senior officers all padded up and ready to stop the protesters who've gathered outside Srirangapatna. Now inside Srirangapatna there's Section 144 that has been imposed, so no one's allowed to enter. Here you see barricades that are also being put. The BHP and Bajrang Dal workers are being cornered, are being put into a small corner here. And here you see hundreds of Bajrang Dal and VHP workers who've gathered here chanting Jai Shri Ram slogans. They were planning to enter the Jamia Masjid and perform prayers, but the government did not give permission for them to do the protest. Now they were saying that the Srirangapatna Chalo protest will continue, and here you see a large number of Bajrang Dal workers. A lot of them have also arrived on their bikes and they tried to enter the place, but policemen stopped them from entering Srirangapatna. There's been heavy police protection that's also been given to Jamia Masjid, which is just a few kilometers away. Here you see police members also tying barricades, ensuring that none of the VHP or Bajrang Dal workers get anywhere close to the mosque, the Jamia Masjid mosque. And you see hundreds of Bajrang Dal workers who've assembled here to try and march into the Jamia Masjid, but they've been stopped a few kilometers away from it. The Karnataka government is taking all precautions to prevent any untoward instances. Additional police force has been deployed here to ensure the situation does not get out of hand. Karnataka Home Minister Araga Jnanendra had also earlier said that the government and the district administration should be on high alert to try and avoid the situation from getting out of hand. Now it remains to be seen how the government tries and solves this dispute, which is now raging in Mandya.
Yes, the permissions were not given, Karthik. And in spite of the instructions that Section 144 has been imposed, we see this huge group of protesters there trying to disturb the law and order situation. Do give us an idea about the police now intending to detain all of these people. How is this going to play out from here on?
Well, Neha, the situation here is such that we are just, a few meters away from Srirangapatna. So technically, here there is no Section 144. So this is the reason why a large number of the VHP and Bajrang Dal workers have gathered here, because there's no Section 144 outside Srirangapatna. So the police, they are trying to barge inside Srirangapatna. So they've been stopped by the police personnel here. Additional police forces are present here. You can see policemen all padded up with all barricades that have also been erected. Now outside the mosque as well, there's been heavy police protection that's been given. The policemen say that they will arrest them, they will detain the BHP and Bajrang Dal workers now if they try to enter the place. Now BHP and Bajrang Dal workers say that they would want to march, they want to do the Srirangapatna Chalo, they want to enter the Jamia Masjid and offer prayers. However, the government hasn't given permission for them to do so. And so here you can see them, a lot of Bajrang Dal and BHP workers shouting slogans saying that a temple must be built in the place of the masjid. They're also urging that videography should be done as soon as possible. And a temple, the ancient Hanuman temple, which they say was present before the mosque, should be rebuilt once again, is their demand currently. And they're urging the government to do this as early as possible. And here you see the VHP workers shouting slogans that they will build the temple again. They will build the temple again. That's the slogan that's coming from them. And they also chanted Jai Shri Ram slogans. And they say the Karnataka Home Minister Araga Jnanendra has very clearly said, has informed the government to use all precautions in place to ensure that no untoward instances happen. And currently you also see policemen who are on duty here. They've kept a rope and they've...
Yes, Karthik, thanks for getting us up to speed with all of those developments. Karthik reporting from Mandya on those protests that are being held right now. We have some more news just coming in. Let's go straight to that.